Guccio, how you doing? Yeah, it's not bad today, is it? At least it ain't raining. I'm okay, thanks. Oh, brilliant. Must be your lucky day. Oh, I bet it is. You can get a crate for that. Yeah, sounds good. Party time for you. Oh, okay. That's a shame. Oh, ravenous. Well, hope it gets sorted. If it's a stray, I don't know, keep him. Keep him. I mean, that's what, I mean, I've got a stray cat I've had, I don't know, how long? About 16 years? 15, 16 years. Well, I don't know how old she was when she turned out on the doorstep. About 15 years, I think. I don't know, it was a long time ago. Oh, that's good to hear. That's good. They're being looked after, that's a good thing. Okay. All right. Well, that's good that he's got a nice home then. Yeah, good. That's good. So you should be. I mean, you've done a good job. You've done a good deed. I don't know. People come on and go. They probably think it's a game or something because I can't set it from travelling on the app. So it's always defaulted to gaming. So I don't know if people think it's a game, but it ain't. You're very limited what you can do with the YouTube app. But some people just come on and just enjoy the walk, I think. 30 quid? Well, that's better than nothing. That's good. Nice. I bet that bought you more beer. Well, it is nice views. It's nice around here. Mind you, the weather, it's a bit cloudy today, so, but it's still nice. Nice going out for a walk in it though, as long as it ain't raining. Yeah, why not? You've done a good deed. Yeah, I'm not going to complain. It's almost October. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, it's quite nice up here. No one around, few people playing golf. That's about it. Yeah, it's nice to be out in the open. As I said, I'm not a city person. I would hate to live in a city, or really like all the buildings. I much prefer to be out in the open spaces. Yeah, yeah, me too. Now I'm getting older. '53. Oh, you're slightly older than me, just slightly. Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, well, I used to go drinking with my mates and all that, you know. Had quite a nice, quite a good life. Oh, come on, don't say that. You never know, you don't know what's happening. No one knows. No one knows. You know, just take each day as it comes. That's all we can do. Yeah, the 90s was a great decade. Probably the last of the greatest decades. I had a lot of drinking in the 90s. I had a lot of fun in the 90s. And I didn't even have internet then. Yeah, music was good. Television, I don't know, television, it was all right pretty much in the early 90s. Well, compared to nowadays, I mean, it's just rubbish on nowadays. Mind you, we talked about that. I'll tell you what, I was lucky to get home on Friday. I mean, 10 minutes I got home, it absolutely chucked it down. Black oh, brilliant comedy. I got the box sets of those on DVD. Yeah, car. If I went for a long walk, I would have got drenched. So luckily I kept it pretty local. I wasn't keen on the first series. I mean, the second, third and fourth series were absolutely brilliant. Because obviously, I don't know, Blackadder was the idiot in that. It just didn't work in the first series, but when they changed his character to make him more, you know, I don't know, serious, but more, I just think it was just better. I think that was, yeah, I think when Ben Elton come on board, he changed it, so he made it better. Yeah, I can imagine, because the first one, it wasn't good, was it? All right, Steve, how you doing? But good job Ben Elton come on, did the scripts a bit, and you know, he changed it and made it better. Yeah, the sarcasm was brilliant in it. You know, they've turned Baldrick, so it made him, you know, made him funny. I mean, it was like Red Dwarf. I mean, the first series was okay, but it just got better after that, especially from the third series. Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, Fry and Laurie, and Friday Lot. Yeah, there's others. Obviously Rick Mao as Flashart. He was a good character. Yeah, it was really good, Blackadder. Oh yeah, Queenie. Yeah. I don't think you could get away with comedy like that anymore, which is a shame. Oh, Bottom, yeah. Bottom was brilliant. I got the box set of that as well. Yeah, I didn't think much. The only one I didn't like particularly was the 7th series. I mean, it was okay, but you know, when Chris Barry left, it wasn't as funny. Of course, there are people. I mean, you can. I mean, you got to be careful what you say these days before someone gets offended. It's just stupid now. I thought the Young Ones was pretty good as well. It was either the Young Ones or Bottom. They were both brilliant. I mean, the new Red Wolves, I mean, I didn't think much of Back to Earth. And that was all right, but then the newer ones, they were just okay for me. You can't beat the original ones. Yeah, the Young Ones. I remember watching that when I was about 8 or 9 years old. Got a lot of nostalgia for the Young Ones. I think it was, I know it aired in 1982. I think we might have had it on the channel by accident. I don't know. I remember watching it back in 82. Then I started, because we had we had a Betamax back then. A Betamax video recorder. And when it started coming on, we started recording some of the episodes. I didn't have the full collection, but I remember it was something I used to rewatch quite a lot because it was just that good, even when I was a kid. Yeah, we had a Betamax. Until about the late 80s, then we realised, well, what's the point anymore? We can't get anything for it. I think he was doing what was that other thing he was doing? British Empire. I think that's one of the reasons why he left. No, I don't think it was because we were posh. I think it was because the video recorders were so expensive back then. My dad actually got it because it was the cheapest one. But it was still, even back then, it was a revolutionary thing. I think he got it late 81, something like that, I think. I remember it weighed a ton. And this was sort of like a basic model. You didn't have none of these search wind and all that. You had to stop it and fast forward it or rewind it. It didn't have none of that search as you search it. No, had none of that. Oh, that just I don't know. I didn't watch porn when I was a kid. Yeah, our first one. I think we had two. Both of them were top loaders. But the second one we got actually had search wind and touch controls. Now the first one had piano sort of keys. I think they were both Sanyos. Because I think Sony owned Sanyo, and Sony was the one that invented Betamax. Sony. Obviously Sanyo's sort of like Sony's budget brand. Yeah, it was sort of when we got our second Betamax. Yeah, it had all that. I thought, wow, getting more sophisticated now. But it was a Betamax, so I mean, the third video recorder, then it had to be VHS. You know, Betamax, you couldn't get nothing on Betamax. I mean, it's a struggle just to find blank tapes. And these were the days where there was no remote. Always the older brother. Oh, they were the days. I bet. Oh. Right. Probably why she didn't like the porn. Still a bit muddy round here. I bet. I can only imagine what she was thinking, what you were all doing up there. The 80s, yeah, they were brilliant, weren't they? I mean, I was only a kid during the 80s, or a teenager, but they were good times. You were never going to replace the 80s. The 80s was just, it was just one of those decades, you know, it was, you ain't ever going to replace. I mean, it was just too many good things going on. I mean, you had so many good films, you had really the boom of computers and consoles, decent television programs, only 4 channels if you're lucky. If you had cable, you were lucky. But those 4 I say 3 channels because I don't think we ever watched channel 4. So we had 3 channels. And not only that, we only had a television that only had 4 channels. So the 4th channel was tuned into the video recorder. So the only way to watch channel 4 was to have the video recorder on, because that could accept, I think, up to 8 channels. But we hardly watched channel 4 anyway. But you know, there was so much decent programming on back then, we just didn't care. I mean, look, we got all these channels now and there's hardly anything on. BBC One, BBC, you know, and you had ITV, you know, they had all like things like the A-Team, Knight Rider, all the American stuff. I don't even have Netflix or any subscription service. Well, Sky. I have Sky, that's about it. Yeah, the A-Team Air, it was just so much. It was just so much, you know, to watch. It was just, when you were a kid, it's just, all those television shows were just brilliant. Dukes of Hazzard, briefly Blue Thunder. Obviously Airwolf took over from that because they weren't going to fund 2 helicopter shows. Knight Rider was good. Yeah, there was just loads. I didn't watch MacGyver, I couldn't get into that. You know, going to school I think it was going to school on a Monday, talking about the A-Team or something like that with your school friends. Oh, the game was rubbish. I had that on the CPC. It was absolutely rubbish, the game. But luckily it was a budget title, so I didn't overly spend. Oh, I never watched that. I never watched that. I mean, something else I didn't watch was Neighbours. It seems like everyone watched Neighbours. I was probably the only one that never watched Neighbours. I didn't like it. I just thought, I watched one episode of that and I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. Same with Home and Away. You know, all these Australian soaps seem to, you know, have a wow factor for all the teenagers, all the kids back then. I just hated it. I mean, and my mate who lived down my road when we was kids, you know, he absolutely loved Neighbours. It's like when we used to play in the street as kids, you know. Remember him saying, oh, I'm going to go in now and watch Neighbours. Yeah, sorry, I didn't watch it. I thought Neighbours was bad. I just thought, no, I'm not going to watch Home and Away. I'm not going to even bother. The 18 was good because it was just full of action. I don't know, it's just something intriguing when we was kids. We just like, well, I like that sort of actiony stuff. Hello. Did they? Ah, interesting. I know they used to film, you remember the Bill? They used to film that round Croydon area. But something else I didn't really watch. I didn't watch that at all, to be honest with you. I don't even think that's even on anymore. No, I didn't watch it. Is that still on? It's Neighbours. Excuse me. Is that still on? Yeah, comedy. I'll stick to the classics. Can't beat the classics. Oh dear, it's still on then. People probably can't get enough of it. They're probably old time viewers, like when it first aired. They're probably the only people that are clinging on to it. Probably the die-hard fans, they're the ones that want to keep it. I heard it went to Channel 5 or something, didn't it? Probably BBC had enough of it. Steve's still here. You still here, Steve? Hang on, why didn't... Yeah, Steve was just... Steve Jennings. Sorry, my throat... Oh... The text all freeze there, so I had to scroll down. Sorry about that. Oh, Jasper Carrot. He was brilliant. He's brilliant. I don't know, I never owned any. Didn't have any. I think the Betamax long went away. I think we threw them out in the late 80s, I think. I mean, by then we was on VHS. Actually, I don't know, because I think either the late 80s or the early 90s probably got rid of our Betamaxes. I think one of them I gave to my mate, one of the older one, because I had it. Because I had the hand-me-downs when my dad got something new. I used to get the old stuff. But by then, I know by the early 90s when I was working, I pretty much started buying all my own stuff. I even had one of those old Amstrad double-decker video recorders. Oh yeah, they weren't very good. They weren't, Amstrad's quality. They weren't very good. But he did the job. You know why damn well I bought that double-decker video for. I never had an official Sony Walkman, never owned one. Alright, Miracle album. Yeah, that's something else that was better back in the day, was music. Music's just rubbish. And even way music was played, you know, people cared more about music back then. You know, that's why they bought decent stereo systems. Oh, Queen, of course. Queen, yeah. Great band. Something you don't see now is decent stereo systems, because obviously people play it through their phone now, or one of these Bluetooth speakers. Everything's all streamed or downloadable these days. Yeah, everything was. I mean, people used to spend about, what, £1,000 on a stereo system, because, you know, because they wanted the quality. You know, I can understand that. People were passionate about their music, so they wanted something decent to listen to it on. It's rubbish. It's just, the problem is with music, it's just forgettable now. Music's just forgettable. I mean, everyone still knows who the Beatles are, you know, after all this time, and Elvis, and, you know, even though I wasn't really into it, but people still know who they are after all this time. Yeah, I bet it was amazing. Yeah, but yeah, you probably still are, but it's one of those people still remember, you know, after all this time. So it must have been good if people still, yeah, probably. See, I wasn't really a fan of the 60s too much, and the 50s. But, you know, they got to be good if they're still remembered. Yeah. because they were real musicians. They didn't need none of this, you know, like modern. They need, you know, they got all these dance routines. They didn't need none of that. It was just musicians playing playing instruments, you know, and everyone saw the talent. But nowadays you need, they do something with the voice, you know. It's basically sex sells nowadays. You know, if you look good and appealing to people, you're gonna, and you know, oh, don't worry about your voice, we can do something about that. Just put it through a computer, we'll sort that out. Yeah, there are still talent out there, but I don't know, it's just, it's engineered. Yeah, exactly. But we still got, you can still listen to the old classics. That's good. You know, don't have to listen to new stuff. I don't. It's horrible. It's rubbish. Oh, Radio 1. That's something else that's really gone downhill is radio. I don't even listen to the radio anymore. It is just the amount of rubbish they put on it now. I hate rap music. I've always hated rap music. Hip hop, rap, always hated it. Yeah, it's annoying. They even take samples of, you know, with older music and paste it into newer music. Yeah, completely ruin it. I think, what an insult. Just because you can't think of your own melody, you have to take from, you know, older stuff. Maybe it's just I'm getting old. Exactly. Because they'll just be forgotten about, you know. They probably have a couple of tunes and, oh, let's move on to the next thing. Yes, repetitive rub. I don't even listen to modern music, to be honest with you. That's why I don't have the radio on. Yeah, boy and girl bands, I mean, that all started in the 90s, didn't it? But there were good things in the 90s. Or did that start in the 80s? I think it started in the 80s actually. You started getting these boy bands. Yeah, New Kids on the Block. Oh dear. Yeah, I mean 70s, 80s, there were a lot of good bands. I mean, I'd say Queen was one of my favourites. Faith, yeah, I've heard of them. Heard of them, but I didn't really listen to I mean, the reason why, I ain't gonna lie, the only reason why I knew about Faith No More was Beavis and Butthead. Morning. Yeah, coming back from the pub. Oh, I was having a drink. Yeah, I wasn't really into heavy metal. I had seeing my mate back in the early 90s. He was big into heavy metal. He was sort of trying to introduce me to heavy metal bands, but I just wasn't really that interested.
I'll speak Italian and you can pretend to speak Italian. Excuse you, I can speak Italian. And then my other life
Why is the... Yeah, once again, Chili Peppers. That was another Beavis and Butthead thing. That started hearing about these bands. Oh, my jacket's freezing up. I think they are, what I've heard. I think the only ones that I remember watching was the ones in the 90s. But I know they made a couple of comebacks since then. They obviously made a... Remember the Beavis and Butthead Do America? Now they've got another film, a recent one. Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. But I can only imagine it's going to be tamed down. Yeah. Exactly. They can't. I think even back then there were complaints because you see a cartoon and you think, oh, it's for kids, but no, it was an adult's cartoon. I think they made that clear. Yeah, I can't remember what time they were on actually. It's one of those things I watched by accident. I think I was just flicking through the channels. I think because even back in the early 90s we had Sky. And I think I was just flicking through the channels and I accidentally come across it. Oh, back then, the 90s. Yeah, I did grow my hair back then. Did have a ponytail back then in the 90s. I wouldn't grow it again, mind you. It was a pain. I think I had a couple of mates that did, but majority of my mates had pretty much short hair or normal hair. Something I didn't try actually, I wish I should have done, was try the guitar. Tried the keyboard. That's probably the most, well, I was rubbish at that, to be honest with you anyway. But then when I got a PC for the first time, I tried to go in, just dabble with samples with certain software. That was good fun, that was. Probably all drunk. Yeah, something we did a lot in the 90s. A lot of drinking. They were good fun times though. I mean, pretty much every single weekend we used to go out. Oh, right. 8-track. Bloody hell. Cool, I remember them when I was a kid. I think my dad had one of those in the really early 80s. I think he just kept on malfunctioning all the time, so he just didn't bother in the end. Oh, you're talking about a proper 8-track studio. I thought you meant the 8-track sort of, you know, that cartridge. Yeah, I think you're referring to as 8-track studio. I just realised that. Yeah, it was fun day. It was just enjoy time, you know. It's all about enjoyment at the end of the day, mate. And something we did was enjoy ourselves. Yeah, well, I'm going to be off. I'm heading off home myself now, so I was only going to stay on until the bottom of the hill. Then I was going to go anyway. All right, mate. I'll probably end it now then. Anyway, mate, you take care of yourself. Had a nice chat. Don't know what happened to Steve though. You too, mate. All the best. Naughty, naughty.